You just opened this video, and I can already tell you something about yourself. In the last hour, you probably picked up your phone at least 6 times without even realizing it. And that's not a coincidence. Right now, while you're watching this, your brain is fundamentally different than it was 2 years ago. Not in some abstract way, but physically, structurally different. And the worst part? You never consciously agreed to let it change. Scientists have been studying what's happening inside the brains of people who use short-form video apps every day. And what they've discovered should genuinely concern you, because this isn't just about wasting time anymore. Let me explain what's actually going on. Deep inside your brain, there's a region that controls motivation, desire, and craving. And every time you swipe to a new video, this region lights up like a Christmas tree. The chemical responsible is called dopamine. But here's what most people misunderstand. Dopamine isn't the pleasure chemical, it's the anticipation chemical. It doesn't make you feel good. It makes you want things. It creates that desperate feeling of needing to know what happens next. Imagine you're waiting for an important text message, that buzzing, restless feeling where you keep checking your phone every 30 seconds. That's dopamine absolutely flooding your system, making you crave the reward before you even get it. Now, your brain releases more dopamine when rewards are unpredictable than when they're guaranteed. This is why gambling is so addictive, even though most people lose. The uncertainty itself is intoxicating to your brain. Short video platforms figured this out and weaponized it. Every single swipe is a gamble. Will this next video be hilarious? Boring? Life-changing? You have no idea. And that uncertainty triggers a massive dopamine release that makes it almost impossible to stop. But here's the devastating part. You're not getting that dopamine from watching the video. You're getting it from the act of swiping. From that split second before the next video loads when your brain is drowning in anticipation of what might come next. And because swiping takes less than a second, you can give yourself 30 or 40 or 50 dopamine hits every single minute. Your brain is being conditioned like a laboratory rat, except instead of pressing a lever for food, you're swiping for possibility. Let's talk about what this does to you over time. There's a principle in neuroscience that says whatever you practice, you get better at. You practice math, you build math skills. If you practice switching your attention every 5 seconds, you build that skill instead. This is called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on repeated behaviors. Every hour you spend scrolling, you are physically restructuring neural pathways. After days and weeks and months of this, your brain literally changes shape. The networks responsible for sustained focus start to weaken. The networks for rapid task switching get stronger because you're practicing them constantly. Your brain begins to interpret 8 to 10 seconds as a complete attention cycle. Anything that requires focus beyond that starts to trigger discomfort, anxiety, and a feeling that you should be moving on to something else. You're not procrastinating because you're lazy. You're procrastinating because your brain has been fundamentally altered to crave stimulation inside an algorithm. Everything worth having in life exists beyond instant gratification. But that's exactly the space your brain has been trained to avoid. Your brain will reshape itself based on what you do most. And right now, your next choice is already beginning to rewire you one way or the other. The most dangerous thing about your phone isn't the screen. It's how quietly it rewires your brain. You don't notice it happening. You just scroll. And by the time you look up, it already knows you better than you know yourself.